Something you don't. Something you don't.
Bring that shit in.
Hello, and welcome to Digging in the Dome.
Bienvenue.
Welcome. So, last episode, you may have heard us talk to a wonderful guest, Mr. Casey Jost, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, man, he's awesome. He's
really nice guy.
Yeah,
God
incredibly talented. Writes music. I mean, it's kind of fucking annoying. I'm not gonna lie.
He's like, I do everything. Remember when I was like, yo, you a chef too? He's like, well, I know how to cook a protein. I'm like, oh, all right.
He's like, I do everything. And then my brother, he does everything 10 times of that. Yeah. It's like his parents, their parents must be like, yay, so proud. Then there's our parents.
They're like, boo.
Yeah, exactly. Listen to these guys talk about dicks for a fucking hour.
Yeah, exactly. Why can't you be more like Casey and Colin? I don't know, because we're not related to them. We came from your genetics. Fuck you. It's your fault. He was fantastic.
Yeah, awesome dude.
Really, really good dude. And so go check him out at the Squirrel Theater, not squirreltheater.com, Squirrel Theater NYC. It was funny that he was giving a plug trying to help this company that does teaches improv classes virtually online. And he wasn't sure of the website, and I'm glad that we checked because
way to throw him under the bus.
No, well, we said it in the episode.
Squirreltheater.com. He's like, probably.
I'm like, well, I gotta know. So I asked for the plugs. I actually asked for him to if he had anything to promote before that, but he's got a kid coming, so I'm sure that he's probably taking her easy.
Yeah. Speaking of which, man, this is probably the last podcast you'll see me for a while,
for a little bit,
at least in person anyway.
Yeah,
I gotta be on the ready.
Yeah,
I gotta be on the ones and twos.
So I'm gonna have to go back to like what I started this podcast is just ranting into a mic by myself.
I'd say you would have to be alone. I'm just saying it would have to be. You're gonna have. It's gonna have to be remote.
Oh, yeah. Dude, nothing could be better. Kevin falling asleep during the because he's so exhausted.
Exactly.
Yeah, from having a kiddo, but
from having a shock in his mouth.
All right, so we have to. Yeah, exactly. What are you doing? Why are you stretching your leg out? I'm trying to get my toe in this trigger. You'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to get through just my annoyance of football.
Okay,
I'm just going to get out.
Yeah, because we can't keep dating ourselves with these sports references opening every podcast.
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything, but it's whatever.
Yeah,
I don't care. They're going to have lots of picks and fuck everybody. And
I mean, they played the Chargers. We're recording this November 11th, 2021.
Yes.
They played the Chargers. They actually held their own. They had a chance to win the game. That is something
to be proud of.
Yeah, exactly.
It's progress.
I don't know. Proud is the right word.
Well, I mean,
but you hang your hat on it.
I mean, it's better than nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's not like they got blown out by 40 points.
Right.
And I wasn't that miserable, but it was a good game. And anyway, and your team doing well.
Yeah, I mean, they miracled their way into a victory thanks to the referees.
Yes.
So we're just like throwing flags everywhere.
Nice.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the Steelers, who knows? They're a total crapshoot.
Yeah.
But I think the funny thing is that we have these. We're getting to like what would normally be like the second half of the year, and now you have this extra game. So it's just like there's this weird. It feels weird because it's like normally you're used to football being more close to being decided. You know what I mean? Like you can kind of see how things are going to shake out.
Sure.
And it's not quite there yet.
No, it's still early enough in the season that
so
things can
still
change.
Got a chance.
Yeah. But it's not like I'm not getting my hopes up. Not getting them down. Just going to continue to watch.
If I was an Eagles fan, I would want them to lose every game from here on out. And be like, yes, give me all the top 10 picks you can.
Yes. And if somehow like that also bled into Miami losing every game and Carson Wentz playing every snap, fucking great. Snap and losing every game too. So anyway, that's the sports update. Nothing good for me.
The sports rant.
Yeah.
And the Braves won the World Series.
Yeah, which is great. Another thing that I fucking
as Phillies fans, it's it's hard to root for the Astros, believe me.
Did you see the video of the Braves parade where they were going like 60 miles an hour down the parade route? Were they being chased? What the fuck was going
I
on
don't
there?
know, man. They just like get us
out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is weird. Like you're supposed to be like with the fans and celebrating, and they're like, like they're just cruised on through. Maybe it's a bad part of the neighborhood. So like we're getting out of here.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, the Braves won the World Series. Good for you. It's fine. Whatever. The Sixers are doing okay.
Yeah, despite the rampant COVID outbreak within the locker room, are they just spitting each other's mouths?
They must be. That's a pregame ritual. Maybe they you know what they were talking about, how they like eat together like now, like because they're trying to like have build camaraderie.
Yeah,
maybe they're like eating off each other's plates and shit like that.
Ben Simmons like sitting at the other table by himself.
Oh yeah, he's not even in the same
lunch
restaurant.
Table. There's fucking side eyeing him.
I legitimately and up until obviously all this shit went down, I liked Ben Simmons. Like there was things that I wanted him to be better at, like shooting a free throw for the love of God.
Right. Or shooting at all.
Period. But like, this is just impetuous nonsense. Like the way that he is acting, I don't see how any team, like he's not helping his trade value at all.
No.
Like it's not a good strategy to be like, I'm going to be a dick because everyone's gonna be like, well, what's not to say that if I trade for you, you're not going to be a dick here.
It's hard because like I want to be so super critical of him. Mm-hmm. I'm careful because of the.
At that moment, Chris had to hit pause, and this happened.
Oh, that fucking hurt. Oh God, that was recorded too. Please leave that in.
Then Camera One went into the blue injury tent and subsequently was carted to the locker room. Camera One records Kevin's shot, and it wasn't until about 25 minutes from here that Chris had the idea to move to a one shot for the remainder of the episode. See, this is why we need a goddamn producer. Given how angry Kevin got at the litany of horrible photos from the Zoom incident, even though it was his idea, Chris had to think of an acceptable alternative that didn't include fat high school pictures and cleverly named wrestling characters. And so, Digging in the Dome proudly presents poorly animated, extremely tan Kevin with no beard.
I'm careful because of when he's mentioning mental health issues, because
of course.
I've dealt with that. So I tread lightly when it comes to that.
Yeah.
Even though some of it seems kind of sketchy where he's like not accepting help when he says he has the issues he has, but I've been there too. I should have gone to therapy years before when I actually finally did. Mm-hmm. So I'm careful about that. I'm also cognizant of the fact that this is a person who is 24, 25 years old and has a bajillion dollars. We talked about what we were doing when we were 23, when we were talking to Casey Jost. Yeah. Like I couldn't imagine what a fucking asshole I might have been at that age. I was an asshole at that age anyway.
Yeah, with that kind of money. No money. With that kind of money? Oh my God. Like,
I would feel
you're not ready yet.
I would feel fucking invincible. And you gotta remember, man, I honestly don't think you should be considered an adult until you hit 30. And that's even stretching it. Like, these are kids, man. Essentially, in my mind, I mean, that having that opportunity and that amount of money and responsibility, some people just aren't ready for it, especially at that young of an age. So I tend to be a little more forgiving to Simmons than most people are. But at the same time, do you want the headache to go away? Right. Like they were so quick to shit off. I'm gonna shit off all over you. Ship off Markelle Fultz after he didn't pan out like in a year. Yeah. So
immediately they were like, nope.
You figure they would do the same, and for virtually nothing, they spent a first round pick on number one pick on him.
A number one pick. And
so you figure they wouldn't hesitate to do the same with Ben Simmons, especially if he was being a head case and a problem in the locker room. Daryl Morey doesn't seem to see it that way. He's like, I want 100 first round picks for Ben Simmons.
He's thinking, maybe because they didn't get what they should have gotten from Markelle Fultz, they would have made that same mistake. You're not going to get a number one draft pick like often. That's like you win the lottery. It's literally called the lottery
when you trade up to be able to get even higher.
Yeah, that's a big deal. So when you're picking that number one pick, you really do have a lot invested in it, and
it has to pan out.
It has to, and if it doesn't, then you better get a shit ton back for it, or it's not you're gonna be in pretty bad shape. Yeah. So but you mentioned like the other thing that it kind of brought to mind was Henry Ruggs. So Henry Ruggs is 22 years old.
Yeah.
Did 156 miles per hour drunk armed and killed his whoever it was. I don't know who.
It was another young person, like in their 20s, just drove right into the back of their car.
Again, millions of dollars, really, really young.
Yeah.
Probably,
You feel invincible.
Yeah, I'm going to do it. And I'm making these millions of dollars. I'm super successful. What bad thing can happen to me? Not mature necessarily enough to figure that stuff out.
And that situation is super sad for a multitude of reasons.
Yeah.
He lost his best friend in a car accident.
Yep.
So it's just like that karmic, like, kind of.
That'll haunt him forever.
Yeah, forever.
Yeah.
And you know what? He'll probably get off later than he should because of his status.
Yes.
Which is awful for that family.
Agree.
Of the person that he killed. It's a difficult situation.
It's a very difficult situation. Oh God, so bad.
Bring it right
Fucking
back.
asshole.
So let's get into headlines.
Let's do it.
Move closer to your world, my friend. Take a little bit of time.
Hello, this is Dennis reporting again.
All right, so I sent Kevin. We didn't do the one because I don't think that we. There was one headline I sent Kevin that we're not going to do today because it's a rough one, but we're going to do two other ones.
Yes, please.
So yeah, the first one is actor reveal, and you'll see here, actor reveals why Frank Sinatra's daughters mailed him a horse head.
Where's the quote?
That's right
got
there.
It. You call it?
Tails.
It is heads.
All right. What do you got?
My first one was because they were offended by the Tony D'Angelo wrestling. This is way.
Like, you son of a bitch. Yeah.
So mailed Tony D'Angelo a horse's head.
I guess they can consider him an actor. Yeah. He's like, yeah, you're acting. Yeah, you sure are.
Yeah. Huh?
Yeah, dude. Oh God, that's pretty bad.
That was my number one.
Well, that's good because I've got a very a similar one. They had purchased a collector's item of a Godfather from the Godfather set where the dead horse the horse
that
head
was like
was
a
in
set piece.
Yeah, it was a set piece. So this is why I mailed him. I was giving him a gift, being very nice. He loves the Godfather, so it's gonna go along with the.
It's a collector's item.
Yeah, exactly. He should be very happy about that.
My second one was they got rid of the head and kept the cock. Like, we don't need the rest of this thing. Just head out of here.
Listen,
got the most important piece.
That's
of this
right.
Horse.
You see that thing?
Hanging on to this.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to ride this instead. Good one. I had also that it was a hilarious bet gone wrong. Like it's like or someone lost a bet. It's like you have to decapitate a horse and send me its head.
Jesus Christ,
it's
man!
Like a truth or dare. It's got dare.
It's got real dark.
Yeah, Jesus. Well, we don't know why they're. It's a horse's head. What's the other reasoning for it?
The third one, which is probably the most likely, is because Sinatra was actually in the mob.
That's the one. That's the answer right there. Yeah, for sure.
Speaking of which, there's a Jake Tapper wrote a book. Jake Tapper's he's a CNN pundit, but he's also an author. He wrote a book called The Devil May Dance that I actually read. And he does like faux fiction, like it's like fiction, but with like non-fictional characters in a fictional world.
Right.
So
it's kind of blended.
Yeah. So this book, The Devil May Dance, is about how Sinatra is friends with Kennedy, but Sinatra's also tied to the mafia, and how that's a problem for Kennedy because they're friends, but Sinatra's tied to the mob. So that's probably the most likely.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
What did you have?
The last one I had was that it was some kind of a weird like Italian recipe.
Can I add a little horse's head to it?
The horse of an like what? Yeah.
Yeah,
the Esquestrinini. The Esquestrinini. It's like,
oh man,
this tastes gamey.
So because I got sick of you not clicking on these things, I went and did it. So
what was the reason?
The actor was Ray Liotta.
Oh shit!
And he received a fake horse head in the mail from Frank Sinatra's daughters over his playing Frank Sinatra in the 1998 movie The Rat Pack.
Oh, okay.
So they like sent him a fake horse head to fuck with him because of him playing their dad.
I don't like the way that you portrayed my father.
Yeah, exactly. So again, I go back to the fact that Sinatra was probably actually
don't
in the
do
mob.
that again.
Yeah, exactly.
Ray Liotta's like, not doing
Jesus
shit.
Christ, man.
Ray Liotta's a scary dude too.
Fuck
Like,
yeah, man.
Send him a fucking horse head.
Yeah, to fuck Ray Liotta.
I wouldn't do that shit. Come to your house and beat fucking pistol whip you. You ever see fucking Goodfellas?
Seriously, smash in the mouth with a fucking
pistola.
357.
No, thank you. All right, so that was the one. All right, the second one was Judge fed up with Elf on the Shelf makes surprising move.
This is annoying because I for the last 45 years I've held on to the fact that I don't have to do all this dumb fucking parent shit that you have to deal with, and I've made fun of you and reveled in your pain for eons. It seems like.
Oh, I complain about things.
And now I'm gonna have to deal with this stuff. So yeah, I'm annoyed at Elf on the Shelf. So I'm glad that this judge came along and finally set the record straight.
Justice will finally be served against this fucking elf.
I went first on the last one, so you go first on this one.
Okay. So on this one, it was make it a felony to have too creative of an Elf on the Shelf placement in your house.
No Elf on the Shelf Instagram pages.
No fucking Etsy pages. No Pinterest anything. I don't want to see like you fucking be like, hi, this is how you make marshmallow boots for your elf. Fuck yourself. Like, seriously, dude.
You make ice skates and you make the snow a confectioner's sugar.
Yeah. Look, I made my living room the North Pole, and this thing made a house, and it's like, oh, you fuck! Like my kids see this on YouTube, and they're like, I wonder if I wonder if Sprinkles is going to do this next year. I'm like, well, now he is.
Sprinkles was paralyzed from the waist down in a tragic accident.
I'm gonna put Sprinkle in like in a wheelchair. It's like,
exactly. He don't move too good. He got a horse's head from fucking Sinatra's daughters.
I'm gonna put a little hospital bed and have him in a coma. Oh, he can't move around anymore. He can't fly. This is your fault because you misbehaved. You put him into a medically induced coma.
Exactly. He's got COVID. So the judge decided that he wanted to create his own more popular holiday themed adult toy, Dick on a Stick.
Dick on a stick.
Exactly.
It's like
the wife's gonna love it.
Like, oh, what was that? Oh, Kevin.
It's Dick on a Stick.
Dick on a Stick. So wait, Elf on the Shelf also comes with certain, because of course they couldn't stop. They couldn't stop coming up with money.
What was it? Was it a book?
It was a book.
Okay.
And then the doll.
Right. Yeah.
And then instructions that you now had to take this magical
elf for a month and move him around.
And move him all over the place. And it's got to be it's for every parent who I'm sure laments this shit.
That person should be put in like the wooden stocks at like Colonial Williamsburg for everybody to fire snowballs at his face.
Kick him in the ass, fucking asshole. I know you're rich now because of this, so this is probably not going to matter too much, but it is such a burden. Like, because and I've done this so many times, and I probably said this before in this podcast, is because I don't sleep well anyway. I'll wake up at 2 a.m. like, fuck, I gotta move the fucking elf. I like go downstairs, like I have to move the fucking thing. It's the same thing with and you'll experience this too. Same thing with the Tooth Fairy. The Tooth Fairy, spoiler alert, not real.
No shit.
But your kid is gonna be like, hey, I'm going to put this thing under my pillow, and then the fairy's going to put some money and maybe candy or something underneath my pillow. You have to sneak into their room like a goddamn ninja. Try not to wake them up. Slide your hand into the pillow. Pull the fucking tooth out, and then slide money in. Dude, it's like a fucking production. Yeah. Whoever came up with that bullshit, you can go fuck yourself too. I hope you get in a car accident. I hope that Sinatra's daughter sends you a horse head.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah.
So
what'd you have for
my second one was
after my Dick on a Stick.
Dick on a Stick is extremely funny. So my second one was that in similar vein that the judge would make sure that the person that is that was the purveyor, the creator of Elf on a Shelf, was put in jail for a very long time in maximum security at Rikers. The next one you had.
Yeah, mine says it makes not just the creator, but anyone who participates in Elf on a Shelf. Like Elf on a Shelf is illegal.
Yes,
and ownership of one gets you max prison time. Like you have you have a kilo of cocaine if you have an Elf on the Shelf. That's
What's the
cops come in?
Yeah, it's like, what?
We heard you got an Elf on a Shelf in here. Come out with your hands up.
They grab it, stuff it into an evidence bag. I had one more too, because we don't know what kind of a judge this is. Because of course I didn't click on in. Did you click on in this one?
Oh yeah, I know.
Okay, I can't wait to hear about it. So, so it could be a Supreme Court justice that because they hate it so much they outlaw Christmas. Christmas is now canceled forever.
Well, it was a Supreme Court judge. It was a
get the fuck out.
Cobb County Superior Court Chief Judge.
Oh wow,
Robert Leonard. He posted a mock order banishing these elves. So he it was like a mock thing that he posted. Right. And the story behind it was that like he has 3 kids and he had to do all this fucking nonsense.
Shit. So he's
he was annoyed because one of the kids blamed his other kids that they were bad. So because they were bad, they removed the magic from the elf, and that's why it didn't move. So like the kids were blaming each other for the elf not moving. He was like, fuck this.
He's like, there's enough of this. It's not real. Look.
Like it's outlawed.
It says Hasbro on the back of it.
Exactly.
Yeah, dude, that's great.
Yeah, so it was actually a Judge Robert Leonard. He banned that shit in
that's great.
In Cobb County.
I'm sure. I'm hope that Judge Leonard doesn't get canceled by the elf community for making it illegal for him. You're racist against elves. Like it's not even a real thing. What are you talking about, man?
Elves not a race.
It's not a race.
Well, man, I guess it is. If you're in fucking Hobbit land, elves are a
which
race.
is also fictional, not allowed to be written into law. So I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Oh god, that's great.
Oh man, we got to get into the scenario.
We do.
Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario? Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario?
Good news, everyone.
All right.
Alrighty. Well,
this one's yours.
Yep.
Take it away.
Yeah, I like that you had follow-up questions on this one because of how bad it is.
Well, I wanted to know because it would change my decision-making process.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so this is bad news again.
Right.
So
good news, bad news.
Good news. Well, the good news is that and this is a very right around here reference. You're visiting the Crystal Caves in Kutztown, Pennsylvania, and if you don't know what that is, it's just like a cave with all these like really cool rocks and things hanging like statues.
There are caves in Pennsylvania, in the mountains of Pennsylvania, that they take fucking rubes to for $10 to walk around and look at some underground fucking ceiling
If
rocks.
your school has bad funding, you've been to the Crystal Caves in Kutztown, Pennsylvania.
Exactly.
Like, where we get the box factory from Simpsons.
If you don't care about your kid dying in a fucking cave collapse, then you might be from fucking central Pennsylvania.
Yeah. So continuing on, you're visiting the wonderful Crystal Caves in Kutztown, and you found an uncharted path, and now you're lost. So, but you're not alone, and it's going to take you've estimated because you're such a good cave spelunker or whatever the fuck you want to call them. It's going to take you a month to find your way out of there. So your cave buddy has provisions, but is also a burden. So you have to choose: would you rather that cave buddy be your oldest relative, your youngest relative, or your fattest relative?
Oh boy, here we go. Call it in the air.
Tails.
It is heads again.
All right.
You go first.
Okay, so
we're gonna talk this.
We're gonna go back and forth.
Worst, like what you would want least to what your actual choice is.
Right. Okay. So
what are you not picking?
All right. The first. This one was easy for me.
Right.
The youngest relative.
Wow. Okay.
And I'll tell you why. Because they're going to be the most needy and the most annoying.
Right.
By far. Like the other ones are going to be terrible.
See, I took it as what am I what is it actually like in my life? What does it portray to?
Right.
So who is my oldest? Who is my fattest? And who is my youngest in my actual life?
Yeah.
So who's your youngest relative?
My youngest relative. I mean,
how old is your youngest relative?
Depending on like how far removed from the family you get.
Let's say blood relative. So you can go to cousin.
Then it would be Sam.
Okay.
So Sam is 10.
Right. Okay.
And I still pick Sam.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to get to how you got there.
That's how I got there because I know, and maybe this is unfair because it's also my daughter.
Right.
So of course I love my daughter.
Right.
But when I'm not in a cave, because one of the questions you asked, and it was a really, really good question, was, do I have any electronics?
Yeah.
And the answer is, no, you don't.
Food
you
and
left
water.
it on the goddamn bus.
Yeah, I say food and water.
So it's just food, water. Like, you're gonna be able to survive. You will live, but you're gonna have the only source of entertainment and company is going to be whoever you choose.
Right.
So the neediest, the whiniest, you know, the least likely to die. So like, you know, no easy way out. So like, so
Least likely to die.
I'm stuck in here a month. I don't know.
Exactly.
You know, so so that's and again, not because I don't love my daughter, but just because of those reasons that I just outlined.
Right.
So what about you?
So my first pick for the one I'm absolutely not taking was oldest.
Oh, okay.
So no way am I picking oldest. I think my oldest relative is like 80.
Mhm.
So old people love to talk about the good old days and just have these rambling, branching conversations. They're more branches than the fucking Marvel multiverse.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
It just goes a million different directions. But it's
like Grandpa when he's telling a story.
Yeah, exactly. I had a bee on my belt. And it's like, what?
Which was the style at the time.
So that happening for a month straight would be absolute torture. Like, honestly, what's the maximum amount of time you can spend with your parents or grandparents as an adult?
Like, I mean, continuous time?
Yes, like a couple days, maybe a week, like tops.
A week would be pushing it hard.
A month in a cave with no electronics.
Again, there's no distractions outside of the fucking stalactite that's fucking hanging out like above you.
Like,
that's it.
Your only hope is that like they just keel over.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
That's why it may rank higher for you.
Yeah, exactly. There's a chance. That's why.
But
yeah.
let's say that they're going to survive the whole way through with you. Dude, I can't do oldest. No fucking way.
No, that's bad.
What was your number 2?
So my number 2 was oldest. Okay. And oldest because similar reasons, right? Because first of all, you're going to be like, if we have, because we're not going to just stand there sedentary. We're going to keep walking around trying to find our way out. And you're just going to complain the whole time. My hip, my ankle. So we have to sit down again. I have to take a shit. I shit my pants. You know, like there's going to be
Change me.
Like, yeah, great. Fucking, I got to change your Depends now too. I don't have any extra of those. So I got to wash it in the cave water. You know, like
this is our drinking water.
It's like, oh, great. Yeah. So I didn't have a cloth diaper, Grandpa. So it's not going to be good for me. And, you know, honestly, again, to your point, the incessant talking about stories that go absolutely nowhere. Yeah. And then, or worse, if they're a close relative, the critique that they'll be doing when you're like, this is why you don't, this is why you don't have a bigger house. Like, how's that me getting lost in a cave mean anything about that? Why are you tying those two things together? It's unfair.
Oh,
who's your second?
So my second is fattest.
Okay.
Fucking my fat ass dad ain't eating all my fucking rations like he's going to the fucking electric chair. No fucking way. Oh man, the only reason it's not fucking higher is that when they die, I'll at least have ample food and a fucking fat carcass blanket.
There you go. And now you've landed on exactly why it was my number one. Because
so if you have to resort to cannibalism,
I have plenty of food. I got backup. I got something warm to wear. Like when fucking I'm not sure if it was Luke Skywalker crawled inside of that fucking.
Oh, but no, it was when Han Solo he was like, cut that fucking thing open and then shoved him inside.
Yeah, I mean, laying inside dear old dad. Fucking snug as a bug in a rug, bigger than my house.
Oh god, dude,
it would smell terrible.
Oh, dude, oh man, there's like gonna be food constantly. It's you're gonna find the exit and they're not gonna be able to fit through it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
exactly. You'll find a way out and they're like, oh, I can't make it. I'd be like, well, tough shit for you. Good luck. Bye. I'll send help. Maybe. As long as you don't tell them about the chunk that I took out of your arm because you ran out of food.
You ate my fucking Snickers, you fat fuck. So my third
was your youngest.
Was youngest.
Right.
So by default.
Yeah.
Because if we're talking about like closest blood relative, for me, it's my cousin who's in her 30s.
Right.
You know, that's my youngest like blood to that point. So we totally fucking hang out. Like that's my youngest relative is like only a couple, like 10 years older than me tops, or 10 years younger than me tops. So we could certainly entertain ourselves. Now, if we move further past the lineage, then it would be a 2-year-old, which would be her kid. So her youngest. So, which again is fine. At 2, they'll be crying and pants shitting and all that stuff, but at least like shiny things and rocks will distract them. Let me tell you something. They play with rocks for a while.
A toddler, if we go, I'm going to go back in time, and it was Sam at 2,
right?
I would have taken, that would have been my winner.
Right.
Number 1. But she's 10.
Yeah.
So she
can tell you how bored she is.
Oh, a lot. She doesn't now.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
she has every single thing that can entertain her.
Yeah.
Literally, my house is like a goddamn wonderland.
Yeah.
There's not used, an air hockey table downstairs, a basketball hoop, like one of those basketball games downstairs, a fucking a ping pong table.
Nintendo Switch. Every
Switch,
fucking streaming
Xbox,
service. Oh, yeah, everything.
She's like, I'm not having fun. I'm like, now if I'm in a fucking cave and I gotta deal with that, I swear to God, I will impale myself on a fucking rock.
A stalactite.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, right. Mouth first. Another hilarious horror death.
Like that dude from in the was Daredevil. Remember when he found out like Wilson Fisk was gonna fucking get him, and he just literally just took his head and jammed it on a metal spike.
Yep.
That's what he would do.
Oh yeah.
But like, if it's kids too, whatever. Like,
no, dude, toddlers are the shit.
And it may actually be, and if it was like, let's say like a 20-year-old, like that kid's probably going to be more tortured than me. They're going to listen to me prattle on about The Simpsons and 20-year-old pop punk bands and like metal bands.
Exactly.
Like, I can't listen to this old talk anymore.
Please. I cannot. If you talk about Dishwalla one more time, I'm going to karate kick you in the chest.
Dishwalla. Oh man. If I hear you sing My Friends Over You like one more fucking time, I'm gonna bash your head in with a fucking rock.
Oh God, man. That's a rough one, dude.
Fuck, that's
fucking scenario.
That's a great scenario.
Oh shit.
No, man.
All right, wait, hold on a second.
We gotta do this.
Yeah, hold on.
All right, we're taking a break.
Take a break, we'll be back. Do you like beer? Of course you do, but not any beer will do. Absolutely not. The Dome Pieces are people of discerning taste that require a delicious craft beer to celebrate the joys of life or wash away the workday. Well, Slack Tide Brewing has just the tasty cold adult beverage you desire. Slack Tide Brewing was founded in 2015 by Jason and Ted Campbell, two brothers raised in Cape May County, New Jersey, where your delightful hosts also happen to be from. And their philosophy is simple. Create a diverse, high-quality line of beers made with all-natural ingredients, sourced locally whenever possible. And to make Slack Tide Brewing a destination in Cape May County where locals feel at home and visitors look forward to returning. Their beers have won multiple awards from the New York International Beer Competition, Philadelphia Brewvitational, GIBC MSC, and the Great American Beer Festival, just to name a few. Not only are their beers available in bars, restaurants, and distributors all across the great state of New Jersey, their beers are now available in the state of Pennsylvania. If you don't see it at your local watering hole, grocery store, or beer distributor, you need to spread the word and tell them that they need to ride the tide. Slack Tide Brewing is currently located at 1072 Route 83 in Claremont, New Jersey, but will soon be breaking ground on a new 9,000 square foot facility on Route 9 in Swainton, New Jersey. Check out their website, slacktidebrewingco, that's co.com, and their Facebook and Instagram pages, Slack Tide Beer, for merchandise, current availability, and upcoming releases. And please, make sure to tell them that Digging in the Dome sent you. Slack Tide Brewing. Ride the tide. Must be 21 or older to drink. Please drink responsibly. All right. We're back. Oddly, we're now not two cameras, but one.
Yeah,
I have
Chris doesn't have video issues.
That's right. It's fine. We'll be fine. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
It will be fine.
Not so much though, because we have the Topic Randomizer.
Oh fuck.
Yep.
Step right up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Step right up and play the game. Be a winner. Step right up for the greatest show in town.
So.
Oh, but it's fuck tails. Woo! Which is fun.
Yep. I mean.
Not really.
Yeah.
I don't have a good story.
These are tales of woe most of the time.
Yes.
You call it in the air.
Heads.
Heads.
Oh,
you want to
God
go first?
damn it.
Or you want me to go first?
I'll go for. I gotta get this over with.
Okay.
And I've told you this story before, but I haven't told them this story before.
Go for it.
Okay. So as we said before, fuck tales is never about anything good that's happened to us. It's always about something.
Can't make me look. I want you to bang two chicks.
Yes, this girl one time said my dick was so big that she can't walk right anymore. She walks like an old West sheriff.
Yeah, nobody wants to hear that shit.
No, because you gotta be like, you guys are dicks.
Yeah,
and you're right.
lying.
You'd be right. Yeah, you're liars and you're dicks. So this one takes me back to high school. and I was dating a girl who shall remain nameless, and like a really pretty girl, big tits, fucking yeah, dude. She got a smoking body, all good stuff. It on the surface, good stuff. So then we decide like this was like one of our first dates where like other people weren't involved. It was just her and I. And we went to the movies. Now, I've said on this podcast before, the movie has been my den of iniquity for a very, very long time. I've done some nasty ass shit in movie theaters with girls. I gotten jerked off. I've been, I've gone as far as almost going down on a chick in a movie theater. But you go down on me in a theater. Last more set. Have your baby. All right, sorry. But anyway, this time that was not the case. But we decided that the movie was appropriate enough. I don't even remember what it was that we were going to.
Was it Dr. Giggles?
It was not Dr. Giggles. Dr. Giggles, I had a lovely hand job from
last podcast.
Very nice hand job from Dr. Giggles. Not from the doctor. It came out wrong. God damn it.
And cutting that out. And
God damn, I'm glad we don't have a producer
that's going on Instagram.
Yes, exactly. Chris got a hand job from a doctor. It's weird. What weird porno is this?
This is Dr. Giggles. Dude, you gotta get a new primary care physician.
Dr. Prostate Tickler. What? I don't need that guy either. Anyway, no, it was not Dr. Giggles, and I don't remember the movie. Okay. But this person and I went to, and this is, again, the first, we made out before at like football games and stuff like that, but this was the first time that we were going out and we were, so we go to this movie and so now the hand play starts, right? She starts, searching around from a zipper, and I'm looking for her shit, and which is a weird thing anyway. Like as kids, you don't even realize that you're like, because you're just so goddamn horny. It doesn't matter that there could be like an octogenarian behind you looking at you guys fondling each other's
You're
genitals.
just hunting and pecking at this point.
You're trying to find something, right? You're just trying to figure out what's going on. I need to find something in there, right? So we're making out, heavy petting, and then all of a sudden, she grabs my junk. I get in there and start,
right.
Finger popping, as they say. And
who says that?
I don't know. Somebody.
90s rappers?
Yeah, I guess so. They were flicking. I was flicking her bean.
Ludicrous.
Yeah, maybe. Ludicrous. So then.
Oh, shame yourself for that.
Exactly. Yeah, that's definitely deserving of that. Oof. Anyway, so so then the movie was still going on, but I was finished.
Right.
So I decided to go to the bathroom.
Right.
Go to the
Clean
bathroom.
Yourself up.
Yeah, because I'm not a savage. I'm sitting there with a fucking cummy dick while I'm finishing the next half of this movie, whatever it was. And then, and I guarantee you, because I remember everything about those kinds of things, those situations. The reason that I don't remember it is because of the traumatic thing that happened to me next.
Right.
So I go into the bathroom and I unzip my pants, go into the stall, and I smell something horrendous, like really, really bad. And I'm like, it's not me. Like I'm, and then I take my fingers and put it up to my,
oh no.
And it was like, when I tell you, I've smelled skunks before. I've smelled really disgusting trash cans before, dumpsters. Like I've been in I've smelled the worst. This may be the worst thing that I've ever smelled in my life. This girl's had the most rotten pussy of anyone on the planet. It was like I'm not kidding you. I swear to God. It was vomit-inducing stinky pussy. That's how bad it was. Now, here's the problem. So first of all, now I have a stinky hand, and that's staying with me for a while. I'm not gonna have to. I'm gonna take the skunk treatment, like dip it in tomato sauce when I go home.
Get a situation.
I need a macaroni rascal to come around with this spaghetti sauce to help me. Macaroni rascal still very funny.
Very funny.
Oh shit! But so now, but I have to go back and finish the movie, and I'm like, what if she wants to continue? Like, I finished. Maybe she wants me to continue to. I can't get back in there.
Right.
I want to ruin my hand. Let's chop it off and have a hook. So, there was no graceful way out of it. So I just kind of hung there, and obviously she didn't smell my stinky hand, even though it was right next to her. She was on my right.
Right.
So she obviously was used to it.
Right.
My fucking trash pussy. But I'm sitting there. I'm like, still and then I get. But then the rough part was I had to break up with her. That was it.
Right.
There was no way I could never in a billion years get another erection around that girl if I tried, because all I'm going to think about is that vomit inducing hand smell that I now have.
Right.
So like, I didn't have any really good reason for like breaking up with her. I'm just like, I just,
not working out
and
found somebody else.
She was like really like asking me, like grilling me. I don't understand like why. And like, I'm like, I can't tell you. I can't be like,
be honest in that situation, because it makes you like,
it seems
makes
shallow.
you look shallow. Yeah.
Exactly.
It makes you look like, this is the only thing that's important to you.
No, but if it's that bad, like it's almost the equivalent of like, I would understand. And thankfully I'm blessed. I don't have this situation. Some people do, where they've got like a micro penis. Right. If something was so infinitesimal that you couldn't even like, it's like poking out like a little baby mushroom.
Right.
Like I would understand a girl being like, look, I can tolerate a lot. And especially if they're not good at like head, like I can't be with you. You're not going to. I can't. It's just too much. There may be some people that are into that kind of thing.
What if you have a stinky dick? You could have stank dick.
Sure, stinky dick, stinky balls.
What if your fucking dick smells like a fucking locker room
or like
at all times?
Or like the fucking. What if you have pumpkin smelling balls? They smell like balls smell like pumpkins. Someone just one of my the guys at the gym. Shout out Eric. Just said he just was on a very long 6-hour drive and he listened to the whole Pumpkin Spice episode and he thought it was very funny. He said I have the one chip one next. I'm like, oh man. He said, I hope you like seeing me. If you like see me in pain in the gym, you're gonna be treated.
I definitely like seeing you in pain. So
Thank
this
you.
is a very good story.
So this So anyway, I had a breakup with her. It was a very weird breakup. She was mad at me, and I did take a while for me to like not have that on my hand.
I mean, that's what you get for being such a fucking disgusting degenerate in movie theater.
That is comeuppance for sure. I deserve it.
Can't eat your popcorn after that. You're like, gotta.
Oh yeah, like
get off. Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't eat any. No, I didn't. Listen, you would have
burying
thought
your face in a popcorn bucket like a horse.
You would have thought that I either like severely burned it or something, because I was just kind of keeping it gingerly like this, like away from me. Like she would have grabbed my hand.
Like I had a stroke.
I'm sorry.
Go.
Yes,
we gotta go.
Yeah, exactly. My arm doesn't work any longer.
There's not enough soap in the fucking bathroom.
No.
So my story, my tale of sexual woe, is one that you happen to be a part of.
I don't like the sounds of this at all. Do you remember that time?
You were there, is what I mean.
I know what you meant.
So I will preface this by saying I was a late bloomer, as Chris would attest to. I wasn't a disgusting fornicator in movie theaters in high school as Chris was.
Yes.
I was much more nerdy, or not so much that, but I just.
No, you weren't like.
I just didn't date. I didn't date in high school. Like both of my prom dates, junior and senior prom dates, were friends. Right. You know what I mean? Right. Like I didn't have a girlfriend. I think I kissed one girl all of high school. You know, I didn't lose my virginity until I was like 19. Yeah. So I was a late bloomer. But once I did bloom, oh boy. Where the seeds spread. Yes. Once that flower bloomed, the seeds were spreading.
Pollen was everywhere.
So, you know, it was like, you know, I grew I was like 5'10". I'm 6'1" now. So I grew late, like after high school. You know, I got skinnier. I lost a lot of weight. Was in a band. The band was successful. Like I had things going for me that made me a lot more attractive to women than when I was younger.
Yep.
So I tended to be a bit of a man whore at the time.
I can co-sign that. He was a whore. In this particular story, at the time we were again in the band. We're at home. It's the summertime. It's at the shore. We're in Stone Harbor. We go to a house party. I'm working with one of the girls. I worked with one of the girls at the Windrift that's throwing this party. There's a bunch of people there, all like mutual friends and stuff like that. And there was actually a girl there that I was supposed to be hooking up with. We hadn't hooked up yet, but it was kind of both, like the things were heading in the direction of the two of us hooking up. It was going to happen, maybe.
So we're at this party. Everybody's getting wasted. It's a good time. And this girl's friend was there. And it just so happened that me and this girl's friend, the friend of the girl that I'm supposed to be hooking up with, we're hitting it off. And we're we're talking and we're laughing and everything's great. We're both wasted. And then all of a sudden, like, fast forward, half hour or so, and we're outside and we're making out. And we're both wasted and we're like aggressively making out in front of people drunkenly. And you know that feeling when it's just like, when you're at a party and you see people making out and you're just like,
yeah, probably like how the people behind me were watching me getting jerked off where I was fucking fingering a corpse pussy.
but like, it's especially when it's like alcohol's involved. You're like, get a room. Get the fuck out of here already. It's like, but so we're outdoors, we're outside, we're making out. People are there. The girl that I was supposedly going there to hook up with is there, is seeing this. Mm-hmm. So Chris is there. Chris is doing his damnedest to not be disgusted and also run interference.
I'm doing my best. I remember this story.
So then things progressing, and then I decide to pull this girl's tit out.
Right.
Outside making out at a party. And Chris is like, ah!
I was like, literally, it's not even a joke. I literally started to like gesticulate with my arms and like trying to like
Jesus Christ, man, what are you doing?
I know, I didn't have like any like fucking those Batman smoke bombs. Like, run! You pulled her titty out. What are you doing, dude?
And then it could, because alcohol's involved.
It devolved.
And then it just devolved from there. Like, her friend was mad at her. Her friend's also mad at me. That we're like, and then we're embarrassed at each other, like with each other, and then embarrassed in general. And then I'm like trying to drunkenly explain myself why I'm pulling a titty out at a party.
Listen,
with
a friend of passion.
With a friend of a girl that I was supposed to be hooking up with in the first place. It was a fucking,
that's a disaster.
Just a tragic mess. It was like that titty may have well been a grenade that I dropped in the middle of that fucking party.
You fucked up.
Because everybody was just like, oh, party's fucking over.
Yeah, that's it. Yep. Once you pull a titty out, really, unless it's going to go to everyone starts pulling other titties out. If it could
unless Eyes Wide Shut party happens.
Right. Well, you never, like, so it could have gone the other way where, like, all of a sudden it's like, oh, is that going to be that kind of party? Next thing everyone's taking their shirts off.
Exactly.
You know, but that was not the case. Everyone was horrified, as they should have been, that you just were making out aggressively and then pulled a titty out.
Yep. So.
Because they knew what was coming next. It could be like your dick coming out after that. Like, oh, God, no. Please stop.
Fucking stop this train before it leaves the fucking station. You were fucking derailed. Oh, dude, I was so embarrassed.
That is embarrassing.
And then like the next day, like just then sober me, having to confront drunk me. Like it's just like, oh, dude, drunk me, man. What are you doing?
You roll over to me. You were having to sleep over. You were like, did I pull somebody's titty out? I'm like, yeah, you did, dude. I'm like, fuck. I didn't mean to do that. I was drunk. Yeah. I cannot be held responsible for that.
Oh, man. I remember the girl's name, too. Her name was Lee.
I remember that. Yeah. Yes, Lee. Who was the girl that you were supposed to hook up with?
Lauren.
Lee,
yes. Lee. Talking fucking Lee. I had a friend named Lee. I got drunk and pulled out her titty.
Exactly. Yes.
Oh, dude.
Yes.
That was.
So wait, I got to ask the follow-up question because I don't remember the answer to this.
Yeah.
Did you ever get back with Lee again?
No, it blew the whole thing up. Lee, Lauren, neither of them. I was a nuke. Nuclear destruction.
Yes.
And who also was there was Katie, who I actually ended up dating.
That's right.
She was at that party. She was the one throwing the party. And I actually ended up dating her. It was... it was a weird shit.
Well, good for you. If you overcame pulling out a titty at a party when a stranger at that time, ruining a party by pulling out a tit, you somehow won her back with your charm, so good for you.
Man,
take the positive on this one, dude.
That was a mess. Jesus.
God damn it. Alcohol, man.
Yeah, it's fucking...
And horniness.
Oh, yeah. It's a bad combination.
Yeah. All of a sudden, titties are popping out.
Oh, shit.
You gotta spin it. Mm-hmm. Gotta spin that wheel. I'm a wheel watcher. That's a.
I don't know what you're fucking singing.
I believe that is.
Was that like the
Wheel of Fortune
like
commercial or something?
Remix or something?
Something like that, I guess. All right, here's the topic randomizer wheel. So
I didn't bring up before you spin that.
Yep.
When we did headlines, we forgot to mention because we use the "Move Closer to Your World, my friend." So that is from the local ABC News affiliate in Philadelphia. They've been using that theme song for years, and the guy that is the head anchor, Mr. Jim Gardner, finally announced that he's retiring next year after
a billion years.
Like he was doing it since I was at least one. Like
Yeah,
19,
forever,
he was
dude.
definitely 1977, maybe even earlier than before we were born.
Yeah.
We're both 45, and he's still doing that shit. But he just announced his retirement.
And he does. And by the way, he like
God bless you, Jim Gardner.
Yes.
You
helped us move close to our world, my friend.
Take a little bit of time.
He did take a little bit of time. He took a lot of bit of time. So
Let's
thank
see-
you, Jim.
oh,
Thanks,
God.
Jim.
No,
All
it's
right,
not.
so here we go, there, feller. Here we go.
God. No, I spun it last time.
I know. I'm going to spin. I'm just letting you see it, so you can.
So
You
make
can
up
also
some
be
shit.
upset about it. Here we go.
Go
Ready
for it.
and go.
Hit it. Oh God! Don't be something terrible.
Most of it's terrible. That was just terrible. What we
Yeah.
did. The titty stories are funny, but they're still very embarrassing.
We can rebuild it.
I don't remember exactly what this
I believe
is.
this is something where we take something
Oh, that's right.
that's ruined and try to make it better.
Exactly.
Whatever that may
Okay,
be.
that's not that bad.
No.
Yeah, because it's not about us.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing
Finally.
you're rebuilding is my life.
Yeah, exactly.
Or my house.
It's like, first of all, I buy lots of condoms. Secondly,
Don't buy in a fucking seller's market.
yeah, exactly. Jesus Christ. Ooh, well.
So, all right. Speaking of bad things, we're on to the draft.
All right, so the draft this time
This is your idea.
Yes, are the worst things about fall.
Yes. So as Chris and I do with these drafts, sometimes we get seasonal. We just had the Halloween based drafts.
We did.
Last year we'll do this again this year. We've done Christmas related drafts
course we will.
and stuff like that. So
Yes.
this one happens to be the worst things about fall. And you have the first pick because I picked first last time.
And there's a lot of good ones.
I was
with this.
surprised by how much, because I'm usually such a proponent of fall, especially like I'm born in September.
Mhm.
So there's that football starting,
Mhm.
hockey starting, all the sports are kicking up except, baseball. And I was really surprised by how much I dislike fall.
Yes, it's pretty amazing.
So you have the first pick. What are you going with?
There's a lot that you can choose here, but
Mhm.
I've got to go with the thing that probably brings you the most consistent burden, which
Mhm.
is inconsistent temperatures, making it difficult to choose what to wear.
Yep.
And now I'm in this office here, and this office / studio. So I work here and then record here, obviously. And in doing that, one of the things that sucks is because this room is insulated, right? It can get
Warmer. Yeah.
but I also now have hardwood floors.
Right.
So the amount of times I take on and put this on and off, I'm in various degrees of undress and fully dressed with a blanket throughout the day. Like it could be, because I get up in the morning to go to the gym.
It's fucking freezing.
It was 30 degrees
Yes.
today. And it's
Yeah.
actually ended up being a warm day, like 65 or something like that.
Yesterday, it was 30 in the morning and it was 70 in the afternoon. And then it was 30 again.
So basically you're doing constant
That's
wardrobe
40
changes.
degree temperature changes.
There's this big shift. Like I'm freezing. I'm hot. Like it's the worst, man. And it makes it very difficult. And you end up having lots of laundry, being in different kind of fucking looks all day. They're like, weren't you wearing like a sweater earlier? I'm like, yeah, but it got all this. It was 20 this morning. Now it's 80. So I gotta be in this tank top.
It's the fucking worst.
Yeah.
It was number 2 on my list. So
Okay.
the temperature change the weather is bananas in the fall.
All right. What's your first one?
My number 1 was leaves.
Yes.
So the people that like foliage, like the changing foliage, like it's such an old, like people that like love there were people that will travel to like the Northeast just to see the leaves change. Yeah.
Just old people. You want to watch something that's already doing what you're about to do, which is die?
Exactly.
It's like, look, this is like me. It's dying. It's about to fall off that tree. Great.
But when they do fall off, now it's my fucking burden.
Yeah.
It's just like, I got to deal. They are everywhere.
Yep.
They're on the fucking driveway. They're in the yard. I got to
Everywhere.
fucking clean all this shit up. You have to buy special bags because you can't just throw them away. You got to bag that shit up.
So they can take it to the
or
leaf factory. Whatever it is.
they become, when they get wet, they're fucking slippery as shit.
Oh, you could slide right off one of those motherfuckers.
It's just, it's a burden. It's just like, it makes me want to live in the fucking desert where there's no
I don't want
point.
leaves.
Like,
I'll deal with a fucking scorpion over that. Because guess what? Those leaf piles also have like fucking brown recluse spiders in it and fucking snakes. You don't know what's in there. You see something fucking moving. You're like, oh, is that it?
And when people are like, oh, well, it's fine. You rake the leaves and then you jump in the pile. And then until there's like a fucking cinder block in there or something.
Rake.
Like,
I fucking land on a rake. Like, ah!
Leaves.
Yeah, rake the leaves. I left it underneath it.
Falling leaves, all that shit is for the fucking birds.
That's pretty bad. Okay, so what's your second one?
My number 2 is daylight savings time.
Oh, really?
Shorter days.
Yes,
Dude,
yes.
Nothing is worse than waking up when it's fucking waking up in the morning because these stupid goddamn farmers, and it's like the sun's coming up, it's fucking 5 o'clock in the morning, but it's 4:45 at night, and I was driving over here, it was 4:48. I know when I left Wawa to come here, it was 4:48 and the sun was setting.
Dark as shit.
Yeah. Like,
you're like, what the fuck?
What the fuck is this?
Especially
like, no wonder people have like seasonal depression.
100%.
Daylight savings time and shorter days is the worst.
You think about how great it is in summer. It's like 7 o'clock at night and the you're like outside.
The sun setting is 8 o'clock.
Yeah. Temperature doesn't suck. I still have a little bit of light.
And you know it's just going to get worse. And then it's going to get to the point where like at the end of the fall, beginning of the winter, where it's like it's dark in the morning when you get up and it's dark at night when you get home.
Dude, there's some people live in fucking Alaska where there's days of night.
Yeah.
Like that's like that. You're like all of a sudden you just get the sun, vitamin D, important for you. People actually sell those lamps that give you that so that you don't get
shrinking daylight is one of the worst things about fall.
Yeah, it does suck.
All right, so you're up for 2.
Okay, the next one for me is 100% an easy one. Actually, the next 2 are for me are very easy.
Okay.
Election season. Dude, it is and for the reasons of you don't want to
see who's running for comptroller.
I don't. And you know what I don't want to do? I don't want to get a rant. Well, probably, especially if you annoy me as much as you do. I don't want to have to pick up the phone when I get a phone call. Like let's say I had a contractor or something like that that I'm working with.
Right.
And I don't necessarily have everyone's
phone number. Your floors replaced.
I'm like it says in Glenold in Pennsylvania.
Right.
I'm like, it might be them. Right. They answer, hey, can I talk to you about Jack Sawyer? I'm like. Who's Jack Sawyer? Jack Sawyer is running for the local councilman. You're like, I don't want to fucking talk to you.
Who's running against Jack Sawyer? Yes. Oh, that's David Sprendels.
Right.
Well, I'm voting for David Sprendels.
Now I am. And the other thing too is they fucking send you emails that were like, they say like, they act like, it's like, hey, good to see you last week.
Yeah.
At the polls. It's like, wait.
I wasn't there.
No. Like
wait, what polls are we talking about?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I got to think about that one for a minute. But they have people that they do these automated texts, automated calls to you. These motherfuckers
that I can't type stop in big enough capital letters.
Yes, I want to send them a picture of a pile of my runny shit to say this is how I feel about your goddamn text and your goddamn candidate.
Do not contact me.
The other thing that they do, which really annoys me, and the funny and / not funny thing is the fucking commercials which we talked about before.
Local election commercials.
Yeah.
But I don't need it in the middle of my. Like, I'm trying to watch Jeopardy, man. Fuck off.
Yeah, you're gonna give me a picture of him, then go black and white across it like it's the newspaper. When I know that's not an article that was out there,
or they talk shit on the guy. It's like
it's always paid for by that person, but also in a or the super PAC of something.
David Sprendels kicks dogs in the nuts.
Exactly. You just see him with a dog.
So
So the last thing I was going to say, the last thing about election season, the thing maybe one of the additionally annoying things is that they will actually come to your house and like hang things on your door, try to knock on the door and talk to you.
Oh yeah, that's kind of gone away because of COVID. I guess one of the pluses.
I had somebody come to this neighborhood election season, and they were like, it was obviously the dude that was running for office, and then his campaign manager, and they're all like, here, we're just going to hang this on your door, but would you like to talk for a minute? I was like, no, I wouldn't. I'm busy. Yeah. Go away.
Yeah, like I said, I have a long driveway and I look non-approachable. Exactly. So they don't bother me too much.
Kevin doesn't have it loaded, but he's got a shotgun. Just goes.
Exactly. That's all you need to hear.
That's it. You hear that click, click.
All right.
So my second one, and
which would be number 3 overall.
For me is it is sickness season, cold, flu, COVID,
and now even more so.
Yeah. It's going to be, everyone's going to be sniffling and coughing. And look, I don't want to be rude, I really don't. But like when someone is like having like they're just runny nose and like, oh God, now I'm going to be like that, I'm sure, at some point. And getting sick fucking blows, man.
Well, it's now, now it's like almost like the flu. It is like everybody's going to think they have COVID.
Yeah.
You don't know if the flu is going to be COVID or not COVID related.
Yeah.
You have people that are certainly like now even more so they're going to be like, are you getting the flu shot? You know what I mean?
Oh,
it's just like,
then that's going to come out.
It's just, it's so annoying. And it's just like, it's only at this time of year.
That's it. When the summertime, you'll get maybe I I have a summer cold.
Yeah.
All
you get like a
fall,
sinus
winter,
infection
and
or
then
something
into
like that.
spring is a fucking cold, allergies.
Yeah, exactly.
You get allergies in the goddamn fall. It's bad, dude. And like, especially if you get them bad, like this is just the sickest, like you'll be the most miserable and the most sick during this time of year.
I agree.
All right. So I've got inconsistent temperatures making it hard to not have just one outfit on consistently all day. Election season. And cold and flu, and COVID,
season, right?
And now you have
I have leaves and daylight savings time.
All right, what's next?
My number 3 is pumpkin spice everything.
Yeah, that was high on my list.
Yeah.
Very high on my list.
It is. What the fuck, man? Like, why does the fall all of a sudden become the
Pumpkin City?
We have to have pumpkins.
Yeah.
The gourds.
Yeah.
We have to. We need the gourds. They
put them on their
season everything.
Let me tell you something. You know what sucks about these things? So okay, admittedly, take a pumpkin, you carve it. That's kind of fun. But then you put it on your step. Eventually, that thing is going to get rotten and gross and just fucking.
Then you got to throw it away.
Oh right, and if you ever like, I've done this before. Where I picked it up and the whole bottom falls out. And you're like, you got fucking,
pumpkin guts,
rotted pumpkin on your step, and that's gonna be great to get off.
And then like the pumpkin spice everything. Like I was in the supermarket, the Giant, down the street from here, and they had plastic cups, like solo cups, and they said they were pumpkin spice, like
pumpkin spice cups. The cups themselves,
yeah. So it was the color of the cups was pumpkin spice, and I'm like, that's not how this works.
Did it smell like pumpkins?
I hope not.
I don't mind. That'd be weird. Like
David S. Pumpkins. Did you ever see that in Tom Hanks?
Yeah, dude. It's fucking tulip.
David S. Pumpkins.
Exactly.
Dude,
that's the only
pumpkin spice everything. It just makes no sense, and it gets earlier and earlier and earlier.
Dude, they were out in August.
Pumpkin beers, but it's Matt. Pumpkin spice candles. We've talked about it ad nauseum on a previous.
I guarantee you right now, because we probably are not out of it. There in my bathroom, there is a potpourri, a pumpkin puree that's fucking covering my shit stink.
Oh man, and in that kind of regard,
in that vein,
one of the worst things about fall, is the people that have no respect for the seasonal changeover. So the people that leave their Halloween decorations up too long, or the people that are decorating for Christmas too early. Like the people that are trying to rush the season changes.
Right.
The grocery store does it all the time. We just talked about it.
Yep.
Like they got fucking pumpkin shit in August. Like they got fucking like Starbucks on like November 1st. They got their fucking Christmas shit like all out ready to go.
Dude, you have fucking Santa Claus out there. You're like, what? Dude, I just got done the 4th of July and you got fucking Santa staring at me.
It's just like people have no respect for the changeover.
They don't give a shit.
They like let it linger a little bit before you fucking force the next one up
it's
my
almost
ass.
like if you think about it, like
but it works in the same regard with like people that have their Halloween decorations up until Thanksgiving, and it's just like, dude, you could take it down and just have a normal house.
Right.
You don't have to go from Halloween to fucking Christmas.
Right.
all in one stretch.
Right. And Thanksgiving's not really one that you can decorate for.
Like, I mean, I've seen people, lunatics that have inflatable turkeys on their fucking lawns.
That's
those crazy individuals.
Listen, you really are into it. And that's probably one of the people that puts it out way early too, by the way.
There's just no respect for the seasonal changeover. It bugs the shit out of me.
Yeah, that's annoying. And you're right. And you should be enjoying and savoring the time, not trying to get there too quickly. Because it's going to be gone before you know it.
Shove the season down the stairs and go on with the next one.
Exactly. Let's rush to fucking St. Patty's Day. It's like, dude, chill out. It's fucking November. Christ. I know you like to drink, but Jesus Christ. It's a bit much.
All right. So you're on for your last two.
Okay. Okay, this one I think this is the one I want.
All right.
So, everything hurts more.
Everybody hurts
Sometimes. No,
So you're
it's
talking about the fact that we're old now. So like
literally because heat
weather-
lubricates,
yeah.
right? So like my joints are all good. I get like in the summertime, if we were going to play basketball outside, it'd be great. But and like even when we were a little bit younger and we would play basketball outside when it got colder
Right.
out, you'd fucking feel it.
Yeah.
Like your elbows now, like I'm getting older, like so an elbow
yeah.
and ETH. Like today.
let me tell you how bad my ankles fucking hurt.
I'm sure. I was at the gym this morning and my right knee, I was like, ooh, fuck, that fucking hurt. It was leg day too, which made it worse. But walking in my knee hurt.
I'm right there with you. On my list is running outside becomes a nightmare.
It's
like,
terrible.
yeah, like everything is sore, especially the colder it gets. Like it just the cold when you're old, when you're getting older, but the cold just gets on you faster.
Way faster, yeah.
We talked about the lunatics around here because I don't know what it is. I don't because people want to seem hard or it's just because their legs don't get cold. But you have the people when it's fucking 20 degrees out that are wearing fucking shorts on, like outside of Wawa, fucking smoking cigarettes.
Oh, yeah,
it's
fuck
like,
off.
It's like, look, I don't get cold. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, you probably have diabetes. You have no feeling in your lower extremities. Blood's not getting in there.
Exactly.
Good for you. You're smoking cigarettes too. It's going to fucking speed this thing up.
But I'm 100% with you on that one.
Yeah. All right. So
your last pick.
My last pick. Ooh, baby. So this is the other thing that's terrible. It's a bad transition for you because you just got done. You worked hard in the summertime.
Yeah.
Right. You took your body, you put it in the sun, you got nice and tan, and then literally like a fucking light switch gets flipped on like September 15th and you turn into a goddamn ghost. You look like powder. Also, you just get pale. So you start looking. Going along with the sickly thing, you don't look as good in the winter because you're all fucking bundled up and you're cold and you're pale as shit. So you get super pale super fast.
Yeah, and then
that sucks.
And then if you go tanning, then you look ridiculous.
You're like, what the hell? Did you spray yourself? I did see.
You're not fooling anyone, Paley.
Right, exactly. Unless you went to Mexico for a week and came back. I know that's some bullshit.
And then I still hate you because you went to Mexico and I didn't.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I had something similar. I'm not going to pick it. I'll run your final team down.
Okay, yeah, sure. So I have
temperature change,
making it hard to choose clothes. Cold and flu, and now COVID season. Election season. The cold season reminds you how old you are by highlighting your injuries and putting a spotlight on those things, and then becoming ghostly pale very quickly, even though you worked really hard on your tan. And you had.
I have leaves.
Yep.
I have daylight savings time. I have pumpkin spice everything. And I have the people that have no respect for the seasonal changeovers. Mm-hmm. And I'm on for my last one. And baby, this is a slam dunk because it may be the worst thing about fall. We dedicated an entire draft to it last year. And that is Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah.
Thanksgiving is a shitty sham holiday where you just fucking have to put up with your goddamn relatives, have these terrible conversations. And sometimes the food sucks. Like you get a bad fucking turkey. Or you just go to a place where you know stuffing.
And you don't know. You roll the dice. You can have a relative that is like, no, we're doing it at my house. And you're like, no, I know it's going to be bad. This is not good. No. And but you know that you don't have a choice. What are you going to do?
Yeah, exactly.
You're going to go there, you have a shitty meal, and you're going to have to smile your way through it.
You gotta dress up for no reason. Like, I know you people. Yes. Like, I'm wearing a hoodie. Fuck you.
Exactly.
Like, I'm not wearing a sweater. Like,
I got news for you. I must be a really bad person because I fucked that ship sailed long ago. They were like, oh, you want to wear, like, when I was living in my parents' house, okay, I'm under your fucking reward. I have to do what you say. You tell me put a button down on and some fine.
But if you were going to like your grandmother's house for Easter or Easter, Jesus, for Thanksgiving, like, or even Easter, like the holidays in general,
you gotta go and you have to like fucking get like, I gotta look good.
Come into your house in a fucking hoodie.
That's right.
Drinking all your shitty fucking pumpkin beer.
Exactly. And then I'm going to fucking pass out on your couch and then I'm going to eat dessert and leave.
Yeah. 100%.
Not staying to the next one. You want to stay overnight? Nope, I don't.
Honorable mentions.
Yes.
So I'll go first.
Go ahead.
The laziness kicks in.
Oh, yeah.
Days are shorter. Nights are longer. It's cold outside. You're maybe not going to the gym as often. You're not working out as often. Mm-hmm. You're eating more fucking food everywhere because it's the fucking holidays are coming. And like, you just like, your body just fucking slows down to
like,
a fucking stop.
Well, it's also the darkness too. It just makes you more tired. You're you look in the mirror, you're all pale. You're like, oh man, I'm not doing so hot.
Cold, dark laziness kicks in. Like it just it just becomes so much easier to just be a fucking fat shit and just not move and eat and drink.
Like, I could go outside and run in the freezing cold, or I could eat a buffalo chicken cheesesteak.
Exactly.
Buffalo chicken cheesesteak sounds very good. All right, so one that I had was, and it was similar to yours but different. The Christmas hype is in full swing, like everywhere, way early.
Right.
Like, and it starts.
No respect for the season changeover, man.
No, and but it's not just even. It's
just Christmas.
Christmas in general. Right. Everywhere. Immediately. Like I remember it was early October. I was in the car.
Now it's November 1st. It's November 1st.
Well, this was in October.
Yeah.
I was driving with Allie and they had like, it's the holiday season. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, you're trying to Christmas up my Halloween. I'll kill you. So
I was in Target on Halloween on the 31st. And they were already all the Halloween candy was gone.
Right.
And there were all the fucking Christmas shit where they were setting up the special Christmas section. I'm like, dude, it's not. Halloween hasn't even passed yet. It's on Halloween.
Yeah, the day after my birthday, they're starting Black Friday hype. It's like, dude, it's the day after Thanksgiving. Why are we talking about this now?
Yep.
Yeah.
I had apple picking / pumpkin patches.
Oh, go fuck yourself.
What a fucking...
What am I going to do with all these apples?
Why am I here? Why am I here? And if you're taking me to one of these places, Lord help you, I better be able to drink.
Yep.
Like they better have some spiked apple cider or something to get me through this. Because if you drag me to Linvilla Orchards on a fucking Saturday when I could be watching college football and I'm freezing and we're fucking getting I could buy this shit at the grocery store.
Non-alcoholic cider before you go on your long apple picking tour.
Yeah, like maybe sit in a rickety fucking wagon tied to a goddamn fucking, my joints hurt.
My cold out, I'm freezing, I'm kind of cold.
Dragging me around.
Everything's bad. Dude, it's like
all bad.
Let me tell you something. You're absolutely right. Don't take me to Huckleberry Farms and fucking make me go through their fucking hay maze. I'm not interested in that shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Fuck all of that whole thing. Fuck it. And I know it's coming. I know when you have a fucking youngin', you got to go take them and do the shit because at least it gets you out of the fucking house.
That's right. You're going to stack him up against a little hail baby when he can't even fucking move his head right. Yeah, that's what you're going to be doing. Put him in a little cowboy outfit. It's going to be not good, man. But that's it's
that place
stinks.
Yeah.
And then like you said, then what the worst part is then you come like, okay, I'm going apple picking. Great. I have 1,000 apples now. What am I doing with them? I'm not going to eat them all. Nobody else is going to want them.
I'm making a pie.
Or a series of pies. Exactly. Am I doing this? I got too many. Too many apples. I'm just going to throw them out. It's a waste.
Pumpkins are they're expensive for... what am I going to do with these pumpkins? I'm not making anything with the pumpkins. Maybe carve them. They still got to throw... You talked about having to get rid of this fucking trash that I brought in... That I paid for garbage and brought it up to my house.
I cultivated it from the ground or a tree. I took the apple down. I brought the fucking pumpkin. I did this.
Yeah, to myself.
This is really stupid. Dude. Why did I do that? I'm not taking any more out. That's it. I'm putting my fucking line in the sand. If you take me out apple picking, I'm going to take those apples and bring right here you go.
I'm going to chuck them at the windshield of your car.
Exactly. Dump them in your trunk and then fucking break the lock.
Shit.
Yeah. So
that was all I had.
That's all you had. So I'd be remiss if I didn't say to close this thing out. Anything good about the fall? I had a couple.
Well, I said football.
Yes, 100%.
Awesome. College football.
Yep.
Basketball.
Yep.
Hockey.
And also the very start of these things happen in the fall.
Yeah.
Which is pretty great. I'll tell you one other thing.
All right.
So
I'm struggling to think of what
I mean. Look,
I love hoodies.
It's on my list right there. It says hoodies with an exclamation point. You can look at it. It's right there.
I love fucking hoodies.
Yeah.
As soon as I could put a hoodie on,
it makes me so happy.
Dude,
and nothing is a comfortable, like high quality, comfortable, like cottony on the inside, big hoodie will make your life so much better. Yes. No hoodies. Fall's absolutely intolerable, period. Yeah. I don't like it at all. There's nothing good about it.
Yeah.
Fuck everything.
100%.
And it does have the best run of holidays. I mean, like you do like, if you're going Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, that's pretty fucking sweet.
It's a good run. It's also like the time where you can have excuses for being a piece of shit.
Oh yeah, you could be a fat mess.
Yeah. From like once you hit the beginning of January, all your excuses start to fall apart.
Well, that's it. The going off the cliff part of like, I got to go back to the gym now, and
This is the time where being a piece of shit is completely acceptable.
Yes, and I guess that's the best way. Like, you guys can have fun being a piece of shit for the next several weeks. And I'll be joining you remotely for the next couple of podcasts. My guess is that this is going to come out the following week, and then the Casey episode will come out next, and then we did a double shot here, but yeah, man. But very excited, and well, I'm sure I'll still see you. It's not we're not going to see him as live. Yep, you'll see him through Zoom. Yep. So I'm very, very tired. Yes, falling asleep consistently and whipping titties out. Have a good one. Bye.